We're going to do a brief video on Lululemon. It's Lulu Stock review. Stock symbol's LULU, and we've got a daily chart on here with a 5-day in green, a 20-day moving average in red, and a 200-day moving average in blue. Let's back up here real quick and check this out. Looks like we put in a good high on November 16th of 2021 at around $485. You can see we bounced off the 200-day moving average, which was still slightly rising. We were respecting the 20-day in a really incredible way, and we broke right through the 20-day eventually, the 200-day eventually, and continued on into an official bear market. Anything below a 200-day moving average, as far as I'm concerned, is formally a bear market. So we came down here with great respect for the 20-day, put in some short-term bottoms here in January of 22, later on in March of 22, and then we made a really good challenge right to the 200-day moving average. You'll notice the 200-day moving average was flat. We came up, we closed above it, but it was flat, and so this market essentially turned right around back down and continued in its bear market. We had great respect for the 20-day on the way up, and again, great respect for the 20-day moving average on the way back down. We didn't see a whole lot of gaps. We saw some small gaps through here, little gaps here and there. Here's another one right here. No big deal. We had some gaps here coming back up as we went sideways. So we essentially started going sideways in this stock. At least from the end of May, you could have said even early May, we started oscillating back and forth around the 290 to 285 level, and our moving averages went flat right until about the third week in August, where it looked like we were going to make a challenge, and we did make a challenge to the 200-day moving average. You'll notice once again we started respecting the 20-day moving average, and price went right up. Not quite to, but almost to the 200-day moving average, which was now sloping down. So that leads us to today, or brings us to today. This stock, as you can see, is below the 200-day moving average, has been for quite a while, certainly since April. And we had this huge amount of area under this stock for a long time, right up until the second week in July. That's always a really good indicator of what's going to happen. It's never a guarantee, but in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only, when you get this kind of area, the stock's going to do one of two things. It's going to rally up and test the 200, or it's going to go sideways until it's close enough to rally up and test the 200. And that's the latter is what happened here in this case. So that brings us to today. What we have with this stock is a bear market stock that, as of yesterday, was not respecting the 200-day. Was below the 200-day, was below the 20-day, and below the 5-day moving average. And yet today this thing opens up with a huge gap. The stock, as I'm looking at it right now, is it looks like it's up 21 bucks, and I'm looking at a different screen. It looks like it's up $21 as we speak, and the volume is pretty heavy as well. So bear with me, I'm looking at up $21 on 5 million shares. This normal volume is 1 million shares, so it's trading at tremendous 5 times volume, and up 7%, $21. So what's the point? The point is that whenever you have a tremendous amount of distance from the 200-day to the price, even in a bear market, you have to be very careful of a test like this, because you're occasionally going to get them. This price may go through the 200-day, it may not. But one thing's for sure, when you start to get significant distance, the market's thinking about testing that 200-day moving average. And that's exactly, if you look at this view right here, you can see that's exactly what's happened here. We're blasting right back up to the 200-day moving average, and seeing who's going to step up. Is somebody going to step up here? Is a group of people going to step up and short the stock again like they did here, or take profits like they did here? Or is this stock going to go probably through the end, the third week of September, to about the 350 level, get some good long-term investors in here, and start its march back up? And that's right now at this stage, I'd say that's indeterminate. But the reality is, and the point is, you use moving averages to determine what's going on, but you can't really use them. There's no such thing as a 100% prediction. This stock was a deep bear stock yesterday, and today that whole picture has changed. Just because we got a huge gap. So you have to be careful whenever you're using moving averages or any other type of trading system to give you an idea of how to get in the market. You have to take a look at the basic structure of the market and say to yourself, where's my risk here? What could really hurt me? And a rally to the 200-day, if you're short this stock, can hurt you. Now, obviously, if you're trading for long side, which most people do, this is a good thing. If you got in yesterday or even the day before, you're in good shape. But you want to always make sure that a parabolic move like this has a very, very small chance of staying up. This move, I would normally describe it as parabolic, because normally a parabolic would take a week or so and you'd get up this far in a week. But when you have this kind of move from 280 to, what is this here? We're looking at 281 to about 329. So what is it? Almost $50 roughly, 40 some bucks. That moves almost certainly has to come back down and correct, probably fill some or all of this gap. My guess is for this stock, as best as I can tell, and again for entertainment purposes only, this stock's going to test this 200-day and fall back down by the second week of September to the 308, 310 range, maybe 305 even, and then we go from there. That would be my best guess. The alternative would be a continuation of this parabolic move a few days out and up further, in which case at that point I'd say you get a collapse back down, probably to probably move up to about the 340, 345 level, and then maybe a little higher, maybe even 350, and then come back down to correct to the 320 level. So that's what I see right now, all in my opinion, all for entertainment purposes only. I checked earlier. RBAM Research does not cover this stock. I'm not sure why, but we'll take a look. Probably because the volume is normally only 1 million shares a day, so it's a relatively low traded stock or low volume traded stock. But we do cover 190 stocks. You can get them every morning before 7 a.m. We have 1, 5, and 20-day holding periods on these stocks. You can see most of these stocks today, there's no entry prices for them. Probably an indicator that our algorithms thought the market was overbought yesterday, and this particular algorithm doesn't give shorts for these for this particular sheet. I'll show you some shorts in a minute, but the way this works is 190 stocks covered every day. 1 day hold, so you would essentially buy at an indicated price that you said, or you thought, your own analysis thought was good. You could reference ours for entertainment purposes only, and then in this column you'd close out at the end of 1 trading day, close out into 5 trading days, close out at the end of 20 trading days at a loss, or take your profits as soon as you got them. So that's how these algorithms work. Let's go down and take a look and see what the other sheet we've got down here says. This is a beta sheet that we've got out. We don't publish it yet. We publish the other ones, but we don't publish these yet. These are 30-day hold. This is a basic trend following system, but it does offer shorts. You can see today it's got a short position indicated for the S&P 500 E-mini futures, which is what we use as a proxy for the S&P 500. It's got a short position for a lot of stocks today: Apple, Tesla, Ford, and that makes sense because we don't have positions for those stocks up top where we follow longs only. So this is a beta review here. I'm giving you a pre-issue look at it. We cover about 10 or 11 stocks here. We'll eventually cover a few more, and that's coming out probably in a couple months. But they come out every day before 7 a.m. Monday through Friday. They're absolutely free. You can get them all at rbamresearch.com right here. And we cover 190 stocks, the major forex pairs, BTC for crypto, the most liquid futures, and they're absolutely free, no credit card required, at rbamresearch.com. The link is in the description below. Just go there, sign up, and you can get them absolutely free. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you want to subscribe, please do that. Keep in mind, everything you see on here, including all the entry prices, is for entertainment purposes only. You definitely trade at your own risk, and everything you see or hear on here is our opinion, and you have to do your own analysis. And as I say, it's all for entertainment purposes only.